twist them and put out a report or a video.
And non-interference in internal affairs of sovereign states.
Since BBC reporters fabricated the Xinjiang genocide with ulterior motives, Western countries led by the United States have never stopped using the name of protecting human rights to interfere in China's internal affairs, even if many people at home and abroad prove that there is no so-called forced labor in Xinjiang. In fact, on the one hand, the United States and other Western countries, under the guise of human rights, unscrupulously carried out rumors and attacks on China. On the other hand, ideology overrides the principle of objective truth and maintains hegemonic politics by smearing and suppressing China. At the 47th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council, Canada, on behalf of Western countries headed by the United States, issued a joint statement requesting that China must allow the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Bachelet to enter Xinjiang to investigate human rights-related issues. There is no doubt that what Canada does is supported by the United States. Due to its own bad human rights issues, the United States no longer has the right to speak at the Human Rights Council. But in order to suppress China, it initiated this so-called joint statement, according to the Times of Israel report on the 23rd, due to pressure from the US government. Israel, which has never confronted China, joined the statement. It can be seen that these Western countries' protection of human rights in Xinjiang is false, and interference in China's internal affairs is true. Later at the meeting, more than 90 countries represented by Belarus supported China and expressed their opposition to double standardization of human rights issues for political purposes. No country has the right to interfere in China's internal affairs. These voices of justice have exposed the shameless human rights tricks of Western countries headed by the United States. Everyone knows right or wrong. Justice is in the hearts of the people. Any fabricated hype in Western countries is doomed to be futile. For a long time, Western countries, led by the United States, have politicized and even weaponized human rights, and suppressed countries that are not pleasing to the eye in the name of human rights. The war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq are still vivid, but now the target is aimed at China. British scholar Tom Fowdy published an article stating that the United States has repeatedly spoken out on the Xinjiang issue, more of a geopolitical conspiracy rather than a human rights issue. The Xinjiang region has very important strategic significance and abundant natural resources for China. Western countries continue to fabricate rumors of Xinjiang genocide in an attempt to isolate Xinjiang geopolitically and contain China's development. The United States is no longer the big brother it once was, and his wishful thinking will eventually come to nothing. China's determination to safeguard national human rights and national sovereignty is unwavering. Human rights are not hegemony. Persuade Western human rights judges headed by the United States to abandon their human rights tricks in other countries as soon as possible, and pay more attention to human rights issues in own countries. If these countries continue their wrong behaviors, it will eventually be destroyed by true human rights.